Over 80% of automatic transmission failures start with fluid problems. That's why mechanics see completely destroyed transmissions every single week from mistakes that could have been prevented. So never make these 7 transmission fluid mistakes. And at the end, I'll show you the one that destroys transmissions faster than all the others combined. The same checks that keep transmissions running strong past 200,000 miles. Let's get started. Mistake number 7. Using the wrong type of ATF. When it comes to transmission fluid, close enough doesn't exist. Using Dexron or Mercon in a transmission that requires ATF plus 4, Toyota WS, Honda DW1, or CVT fluid will destroy your transmission fast. Here's what's really happening. Each transmission family needs its exact friction modifier chemistry. Dexron, Mercon, ATF plus 4, Toyota fluids, and CVT fluids all have different additive packages designed for specific clutch materials and hydraulic systems. Mix them up, and you're asking for trouble. The problem is that wrong friction modifiers cause harsh shifts right away. Your transmission starts slamming into gear. Then clutch packs begin glazing because the friction coefficient is off. Torque converter shutter shows up next. That vibration you feel when the car tries to lock up the converter. Solenoids start sticking because the fluid viscosity isn't what the computer expects. And here's the kicker. This is the #1 reason transmissions die early. Not abuse, not high mileage. Wrong fluid. I've seen Toyota transmissions with 60,000 miles completely destroyed because someone put Dexron in instead of WS. The clutches were glazed, the valve body was stuck, and the torque converter was shot, all from using the wrong bottle. The truth is, each manufacturer specs their fluid for a reason. Toyota WS is not interchangeable with Dexron. ATF plus 4 is not the same as Mercon. CVT fluid is completely different from regular ATF. And DCT or DSG dual clutch transmissions need their own specific fluid. Check your owner's manual. Use exactly what it says. Not compatible with or works like. The exact spec. Your transmission was designed around that fluid's chemistry, and using anything else starts the destruction process immediately. But using the wrong fluid is one thing. Mixing fluids? That's even worse. Mistake number 6. Mixing ATF with universal fluids. Walk into any parts store and you'll see bottles labeled Universal ATF or Multi-Vehicle ATF. They claim compatibility with everything. Dexron, Mercon, ATF plus 4, Toyota, Honda. All in one bottle. Sounds convenient, right? Here's the problem. OEM friction specs vary wildly between manufacturers. What works in a GM transmission doesn't work in a Chrysler. What's right for Toyota is wrong for Honda. And when you mix these fluids, you get immediate lubrication breakdown inside the clutch packs. Let's say you top off your Toyota transmission that has WS fluid in it with a bottle of Universal Dexron 3 because that's what the parts store had. Now you've got 2 different friction modifier packages competing inside your transmission. Some clutches are getting the right chemistry, others aren't. The result? Inconsistent shift quality, slipping and accelerated wear. Mixing Dexron 3 with Toyota WS, or ATF plus 4 with Mercon, or CVT fluid with regular ATF destroys transmissions very quickly. We're not talking years. We're talking months or even weeks depending on how much you drive. Once you mix fluids, you can't just drain and refill to fix it. The old fluid is still in the torque converter, the valve body, and all the passages. You need a complete flush and fill with the correct fluid to undo the damage, if it's not too late already. The truth is, Universal might work okay for topping off in an emergency. But if you're doing a fluid change, use the exact OEM spec. Don't gamble with your transmission by trying to save a few bucks on fluid. And even if you use the right fluid, the next mistake will destroy it faster than you think. Mistake number 5. Running old, burnt, or overheated ATF. Transmission fluid doesn't last forever. And when it gets old, burnt, or overheated, it stops protecting your transmission. Here's what happens. Normal operating temperature for ATF is around 175 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. But when you're towing, driving, and stop-and-go traffic, or pushing the transmission hard, temps can spike past 220 to 240 degrees. At those temperatures, the fluid starts breaking down. First, it turns brown. That's friction material burning off the clutches. Then it loses viscosity. It gets thinner and can't maintain proper hydraulic pressure. The additive package breaks down, which means it stops protecting against wear, oxidation, and foaming. Most transmissions fail because drivers never check the fluid condition. They assume it's fine because the level is okay, But once that fluid turns dark brown or develops a burnt smell, it's already doing damage. The breakdown compounds fast. Varnish deposits, coat valve bodies, filters get clogged, and clutches start to slip. Check your transmission fluid regularly. Look at the color and smell it. If it's dark, burnt, or has metal flakes floating in it, change it immediately. Don't wait for the next service interval, but even good fluid won't save you if you make the next mistake. Before we continue, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We share videos every week that help you avoid expensive repairs like this. And transmission problems are some of the costliest mistakes drivers make. Now let's get to the serious stuff. Mistake number 4, overfilling the transmission. Most people think more fluid means more protection. With transmissions, that's completely wrong. Overfilling your transmission is just as destructive as running it low. Here's what's actually happening when you overfill. The excess fluid has nowhere to go. As the transmission operates, the gears and shafts churn through that extra fluid. It foams up, and foamy transmission fluid loses its ability to lubricate and maintain hydraulic pressure. Those air bubbles compress under pressure, which means your clutch pistons don't get the solid hydraulic force they need. Shifts become erratic, clutches slip, and the transmission overheats because foamy fluid can't cool properly. Even worse, overfilling causes pressure spikes inside the transmission. That excess pressure overworks the pump, blows out seals, and can damage the torque converter. The truth is, transmission fluid needs to be at the exact level specified by the manufacturer. Not above, not below. Check it properly. Engine running, transmission in park, fluid at operating temperature, or your reading will be wrong. If you overfill, drain the excess immediately. But if overfilling is bad, running it low is catastrophic. Mistake number 3, driving with low ATF. Low transmission fluid is one of the fastest ways to destroy a transmission. And the scary part, even half a quart low can cause serious damage within minutes under load. Here's why. When fluid level drops, the pump starts sucking air. That's called cavitation. Instead of pumping smooth fluid, it's pulling in air bubbles. That aerated fluid can't lubricate properly, can't cool properly, and can't maintain the hydraulic pressure needed to engage clutches and shift gears. The result? Burnt clutch packs, metal-on-metal contact in the planetary gears, and torque converter failure. And you might not even know it's happening until it's too late. I've seen people drive for weeks with a small leak, topping off the fluid every few days. But every time that level drops below the pickup tube, the pump is sucking air. Every shift under those conditions grinds away at the clutch packs. The problem is, low ATF doesn't always throw a warning light. Some transmissions will slip or shift hard before they completely fail. Others just seize up without warning. Check your transmission fluid level regularly. Look under your car for leaks. If you see red or brown fluid on your driveway, find the leak and fix it immediately. Don't just keep topping off and driving. Every minute you drive with low fluid is doing irreversible damage. But if your fluid level is perfect, the next mistake can finish off a high mileage transmission instantly. Mistake number 2, flushing a high mileage transmission with sludge. This one catches a lot of people. You've got a transmission with 120,000 or 150,000 miles. The fluid is dark, maybe even burnt. You figure a transmission flush will clean it out and make it run like new again. Wrong. That flush can kill it instantly. Here's what's really happening. A high mileage transmission with burnt fluid, metal flakes, and varnish buildup is held together by that sludge. The varnish is sealing worn valve body surfaces. The deposits are filling gaps in worn clutches. It's not ideal, but it's working. When you do a high pressure flush, you loosen all that varnish and debris. It gets pushed through the system. Small particles block narrow passages in the valve body. Debris jams solenoids. The sudden detergent load shocks seals that were already worn. And within days or even hours, the transmission starts slipping or won't shift at all. I've seen this happen more times than I can count. Car owner comes in with a transmission that's running okay but has dark fluid. Mechanic does a flush. 3 days later, the transmission is gone. Was it the flush that killed it? Technically, yes. The transmission was already worn, but the flush was the final blow. The correct method for high mileage transmissions? Drop the pan, clean the magnet, replace the filter, refill with fresh fluid. That gets out about 40 to 60% of the old fluid, which is enough to refresh it without shocking the system. You can repeat the process a few months later if you want to get more of the old fluid out. Never pressure flush a high mileage transmission with sludge. You'll finish it off faster than driving it with old fluid. And if you ignore the next part, you'll miss the early warning signs that could save your transmission. Mistake number 1, ignoring the ATF filter and pan magnet. This is the mistake most drivers never even think about. and it's the one that gives you the clearest warning before major failure happens. Many transmissions have filters or screens that trap debris and keep it from circulating through the system. Over time, those filters clog. Metal particles, clutch material, and carbon buildup slowly restrict flow. When the filter gets clogged, it starves the pump. Hydraulic pressure drops, shifts get soft or delayed, and eventually clutches slip and the torque converter fails. The worst part? Most people never check the filter because it's inside the pan. Out of sight, out of mind. They'll check the fluid level and color, but they won't drop the pan to see what's really going on inside. And here's what really matters: the pan magnet. That magnet catches metal particles from normal wear. When you drop the pan and inspect the magnet, you can see exactly what's happening inside your transmission. A little bit of fine metallic dust? Normal. Big chunks of metal or lots of heavy particles? That's a warning that something is wearing out fast. I've pulled transmission pans and found magnets covered in metal shavings. That's the transmission screaming for help. But the driver never knew because they never looked. If they'd caught it early, they could have rebuilt a single clutch pack or replaced a worn bushing. Instead, they drove it until it failed completely and needed a full rebuild. The truth is, dropping the pan every 50,000 to 60,000 miles gives you a window into your transmission's health. You see the filter condition. You check the magnet. You inspect for metal particles in the fluid. That simple inspection can catch problems early and save you thousands. Don't ignore the filter and magnet. They're your early warning system. And catching a problem early means you fix it cheaply instead of replacing the whole transmission. Now that you know the 7 mistakes, here's the good news. Every one of them is preventable. Use the right fluid. Check it regularly. Drop the pan and inspect the magnet. Do that, and your transmission will run strong for years. Which mistake have you seen or experienced? Drop a comment below. And for more ways to keep your car running right, watch the next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.